Erica here. If you read my description for part 3 of my birthday book haul, you would have noticed that I said I lied. That was not the last part of my book haul. I have since gotten more books. I got a belated gift card to Amazon, so I got some things there. And then I had mentioned that I had a few books that hadn't arrived yet. So let's do this very quickly because there are quite a few more books. I will not be buying books for a while. I won't. I promise this time. First, I got a bunch of poetry books with my Amazon gift card because I really enjoy reading poetry. I really enjoy owning poetry collections, but they can be a little pricey and usually are pretty tiny. Same issue I have with graphic novels. So when I get gift cards, I like to use them for those things that I wouldn't normally buy for myself or that I would feel guilty about spending the money on. So I got some things, some of them via recommendations that I got on Twitter, and some of them were just things that I wanted for myself. The first one I have is The Wasteland and Other Writings by T.S. Eliot. The Wasteland and the Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock, which of course are very famous poems of Eliot's, are two of my favorite poems, and I really love them. I didn't own a physical copy of them, and now I have this really nice one. I don't know if you can actually see the text. There's text there. Anyway, it's a modern library edition, and I really like these editions because all the spines are different solid colors, and they look very pretty together. So I have that. I also got Milk and Honey by Rupi Kaur. I think that's how you say it. She is a Canadian poet, and I heard this talked about. I don't know if Hello Hemlock read it, or I don't know. One of the booktubers who reads a lot of Canlit was talking about this, and it sounded phenomenal. I've read the first few pages. It's absolutely stunning. It's a beautiful book. The poems are very short, but it has these gorgeous illustrations in it, and it's just overall like a really nice, compact volume. So I'm excited to have that. I also got The Anatomy of Being by Shinji Moon. This was 100% influenced by Stephen from Steve Reads Books. Thank you. I have since read this. I really adored it. She self-published this edition. She even did the cover photograph herself, and they're all poems that she wrote from the ages of 16 to 18. A lot of them are love poems, poems about heartbreak and things like that. They're really beautiful, and I am very much looking forward to seeing how she develops as a writer. Then I got the new selected poems of Mark Strand. Mark Strand was a favorite poet of mine in college, and he actually recently passed away. I was going to get his complete collected poems. It's quite pricey, though. It's only out in hardback right now, and I love this cover for the new selected poems. It's absolutely beautiful. Mark Strand is a Pulitzer Prize-winning poet, and I really adore his poetry, so I can't wait to dive into this. Then I got The World is Round by Nikki Finney. She won the National Book Award, I believe, in poetry a couple of years ago. And again, this is because of Stephen from Steve Reads Books. He had posted her acceptance speech online, and it was absolutely stunning and amazing, and I was entranced. So I haven't really gotten into this yet. I've read the first couple, but they were fantastic, and I cannot wait to read more. And lastly, for poetry, I got The World's Life by Carol Ann Duffy. Kirsty from Kirsty on Books recommended Carol Ann Duffy to me, and I've never read anything by her. So I'm really excited about this. Again, I've read like the first 2 or so and really enjoyed them, so I'm sure that I will very much enjoy this. And this is a really cool cover. You see it? Yeah, you can see it. It's pretty cool. Okay, I have one non-book related thing. This is maybe the nerdiest thing I've ever done. Ever. So, the United States Postal Service has a collection of stamps from like literary greats, and they just this month released Flannery O'Connor stamps. And so I pre-ordered Flannery O'Connor stamps. I'm not going to use any of them, but they're amazing. And we all know that I'm obsessed with Flannery O'Connor. So I'm really excited about those. Okay, and then I have a few more things. I finally purchased A Study in Scarlet by author Conan Doyle. I have already read this. I had a mass market paperback edition, like a 2-volume edition of the complete Sherlock Holmes, and I recently gave that away because it was just too hard to read. So I wanted to collect kind of the stories individually, and this again is a modern library edition. It's very nice. Can you see the text? Ooh, you can't do that. Alright, yeah. I think it's got a really cool illustration on it, and this one has a gray spine, which looks white because I don't know how to camera. So that. And then I had to have this book because it's like the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. If you watched Mercedes from Mercy's Bookish Musings, she held this in her birthday book haul as well. This is The Grace Keepers by Kirsty Logan, and it is a stunning hardback. This is the UK hardback. It's got silver accents, and it's just really beautiful, and the end papers are outstandingly gorgeous. And then underneath the dust jacket, I don't know, like, it's so pretty. I can't handle how pretty it is. So I had to get this. I have also heard some really great reviews about this book too, so it wasn't purely a cover buy. It's supposed to also be just a really good kind of magical realism, fairy tale, fantasy-esque story. So very much looking forward to reading this. It sounds like it's going to be a really awesome book. Now on to my special editions. The first one I got is this gorgeous Penguin edition of The Great Gatsby by Scott Fitzgerald. I've seen these around. All of his works have been published in these amazing hardbacks with kind of these metallic accents. I believe that this is a Coralie Bickford Smith design, if I'm not mistaken, though I'm not entirely sure, and I wish I was. Yes, it is Coralie Bickford Smith. Just really stunning. This is one of my favorite books of all time, and I really wanted a nice edition of it, so I'm so happy to have this. As you can see, it's just really nice. I really like this. Such a nice touch. The last line of the novel is printed right there. Can you see it? Yeah, a little bit. And underneath the dust jacket, it's also, I think, really beautiful. It's just kind of off-white, and again with metallic lettering. So, thrilled to have that. I've been eyeing it forever. Couldn't really justify spending the money on it, but finally I bit the bullet and said, screw it, it's my birthday. Then I have 3 more Penguin cloth-bound editions. So the first one I have is Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. I love this cover with the hearts on it. It's so cool. I have already read this. I really, really adore this book, so I'm very happy to have this edition. Then I got David Copperfield by Charles Dickens. This is the only one of his novels that I've read that I did not already own in the Penguin cloth-bound edition, so I'm very happy to complete my set. I love this again with the kites, which is so relevant if you've read the story. It's so wonderful. And then I got The Portrait of a Lady. There you are, Steve. It finally came. Yeah, so Stephen from Steve Reads Books read this a couple months ago. He has highly recommended it to me over and over again. And anytime anyone compares an author to Edith Wharton, I'm all about it. So I can absolutely not wait to read this. And I am so happy to have this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful edition. So that's wonderful. And then I got 4 of the Virago designer editions because this is all Tanya from List Obsessed Reader's fault. This book haul is like such a booktube made me do it haul. She hauled a bunch of these, and then I was like, I have to have some, and a lot of them are going out of print, and a lot of them are hard to find right now. So I bought 4. The first one I got is The Tortoise and the Hare by Elizabeth Jenkins. Really beautiful. And I read up on this story. I don't remember very much from the synopsis that I read, but it sounded really interesting and kind of right up my alley, so I cannot wait to read this. Then I got Angel by Elizabeth Taylor, which I am also super excited about. I have a short story collection of hers that I haven't read yet, but I think she's an author that I'm really going to love, and this cover is super gorgeous. And this is the story of a woman, I guess, whose mother is a maid in a mansion, and the girl starts to imagine her life if she was rich, and it kind of gets out of control, and I don't know, it sounded really intriguing, so can't wait. And then the one I'm most excited about is The Magic Toyshop by Angela Carter. I've never read anything by Angela Carter, which I think is such a shame because she sounds like an author that I'm absolutely going to love, and this is my favorite, I think, of the designer classics. I love the illustration on this cover. I think it's really cool. It's like right up my alley in terms of design. So that's stunning. This one has red end papers, which are also gorgeous, and I'm so excited to read this. I'll definitely be reading this summer. And lastly, I got Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. I have already read this. Really loved it. I had the saddest used mass market paperback edition from like, I don't even know, the 80s. It was really, really sad. So I've seen this edition and I adore it, and it will look so nice with my other ones. So yeah, so this time for real, that is the end of my birthday book haul. And like I said, I will not be buying books for a very, very long time. I'm quite satisfied with what I have right now. If you have read any of these books or have anything to say or have any questions, yada, 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 please let me know in the comments. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all soon. Bye!